morning, everyone. Good Sunday morning, everyone.
It is. Spring forward.
We are. We don't spring forward here where we're at, so Mrs. C's actually, my phone sprung forward, but we're not supposed to. Anyway, we're still at Imperial Dam in California. We have finished up truck mods, truck upgrades,
everything,
truck accessories,
for Alaska,
cleaning, getting all of our stuff done for our upcoming journey north, heading to Alaska. Thought we did a truck tour last year. It was a little bit shortly after we left here, wasn't it?
I think so. I don't remember.
But we're going to go through all the changes and upgrades we've done, do a video this morning, show you our rig and our setup, and something to watch prior to our Journey North series starting. We're leaving here April the 1st, supposedly, if the weather doesn't turn too hot. Right now we're looking at 90s after the 18th of March, so if it gets that hot, we may leave sooner than the 1st of April.
Yeah, not staying here when it's 90 some odd degrees.
We do have an air conditioner. We have a means to run it, but it's a lot easier just to pack up and roll down the road. It's not a big deal. So Mrs. C has been cleaning diligently for the last 2 days. We've done the truck and the camper. Hopefully we've got it acceptable. How's that sound?
We live in it, so
yeah, there's that.
It's as acceptable as it can
so
get.
we're gonna head outside here in a few minutes, and I'll do an outside walkabout, show you what all I've done, the things I've changed, the additions we've made. And Mrs. C will probably tag along and heckle me all the way, but no, I'm just kidding. She won't. She doesn't do that. She's a good supporter, aren't you, Mrs. C?
Yes.
I may be in trouble. But anyway, this is our view every morning. We get up, have coffee and breakfast here, and then start our day, which is really not very exciting right now. We've been laying very low this trip in preps for our Alaska journey. We're staying up there till after our anniversary, August the 8th. We're going to go to Tuktoyaktuk and do a Arctic plunge, literally, for our 20th anniversary on August the 8th. So you guys come along. I'm going to try and get these weekly videos started back up, try to get a little bit more mainstream style videos for you guys to watch. And Mrs. C is going to encourage me all along the way. Aren't you, Mrs. C? And of course, Bruno.
Who is asleep?
Bruno's asleep. He had a bad day yesterday. He ate something that didn't settle with him very well. So he's getting over it. He's doing well today. He's happy. He's mad because we cut him off from all his junk food for the time being. So anyway,
too much ice cream.
Mrs. C thinks it was too much ice cream. We're not admitting that we give our dog ice cream by any stretch of the imagination, but Mrs. C thinks it was too much ice cream. So you guys come along. We're going to do a walkabout on the outside, show you what we've got, and then we'll come inside and point out a few of the changes and upgrades that we've got. Mrs. C, you got anything before I shut this off and head out?
I do not.
All right. Y'all enjoy, and we'll see y'all from outside.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Good morning, everyone, from Calla'Ventures Central. Hey, we're still at Imperial Dam, and I thought we just did an intro. We're going to do a quick walkabout on the truck to show you a few of the changes we've made since last year. We are driving a 2021 F350 7.3 gasser extended cab with a 2022 Cirrus 820 truck camper. Very, very happy with the setup. First change is the obvious one, the big old ranch hand bumper on the front of the truck. We got that as a moose deterrent or bear deterrent or whatever we happen to get in trouble with deterrent. We put that on while we were back in Arkansas. We chose the bullnose. I'm not a fan of the big wraparound brush guard style. Mrs. C is, but yeah, you hear her in the background. There's the heckling, y'all. But we came to a compromise, and this is what we decided to go with. We put a light bar on the front, an eye light. It's an inexpensive light bar because the headlights on this thing are not spectacular. So we wanted something a little more aggressive when we're doing national forest campground hunting in the middle of the night. Not that we do that very often, but occasionally. And if we like to get up early to go exploring, we want to be able to see where we're going. We were at Yellowstone last year, and man, it was a booger because we got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go beat the crowds, and it was dark, y'all. Dark.
There were things in the road that I'm still not sure what they were.
Exactly. So anyway, we went with a little nightlight. It's not a super big one, so we're happy with it. If you can see I got a rain gutter on the front. It is to keep the water. We were getting white spots on the windshield here and here from the rain running off the roof of the camper, and we put the gutter on there to keep the water running off side. It works really well, inexpensive, no more white spots on the windshield. All right, we've also, along with the aesthetically pleasing front bumper and the rain trough in the front of the camper, we've also done some basic maintenance, preventive maintenance, and a few things inside the engine compartment. We went ahead and we put new batteries in, even though the old ones were only a couple of years old, 3 years old to be exact. They were getting close to the 36-month life. So we went ahead and put the 850s in instead of the 750s. I have also... We installed a DC to DC charger in the back. Sorry you can't hear that part because of the wind noise. Wired it into the upfitter switches, which Ford is nice enough to provide this pigtail for us. The green one is the on-off for the DC to DC charger. There's another one here. I think it's orange or brown and violet that goes to the nightlight, the light bar. We've got the 30 amp fuse here, which goes to the DC to DC charger. In the back, we've also got a 30 amp disconnect and a trolling motor plug just in case we want to unplug from the camper. So we've run the wiring harness around the front. We've enclosed it in the we've got the two 6-gauge. We use 6-gauge wires, less than a 20-foot run, so that's more than sufficient. We got it running through the wire loom here that goes back over and up the existing wire loom of the truck itself to the back. So we've got that. We went ahead and did all the filters, the oil, everything while we were here, and we are ready to rock and roll. So that's about it for the engine compartment. Had to do a few minor cuts and stuff like that to get the fuse in. This is the fuse box for the upfitter switches. I checked to make sure that the fuses were sufficient for the DC to DC charger, the on switch, and which is wired to the upfitter. I didn't want it to come on every time we run the truck because there are days like today when it's sunny and beautiful. We get up and start driving around. We really don't need a DC to DC charger, so we can turn it off and just use the solar that we've got on the truck for that. So anyway, that's it for the engine compartment. We'll head back to, I don't know, we'll start working our way back, y'all. How's that sound? All right, so we have updated everyone on the engine compartment changes, upgrades, whatever. Let's take a look inside Mrs. C's side of the truck. Not much has changed in here. We took Bruno's booster seat out because it was absolutely too big. He outgrew it really fast, so we took it out, added him a cushion. He's got a seat belt attached to the center console seat. Works great for him. He can go about halfway through either seat if he wants to, and that's plenty enough room for him. We added a inexpensive ghetto wooden frame back here to hold a few things. This is our Starlink container. We've got 4 of the 3-gallon water jugs. This is Bruno's backpack. We use these. We're going to travel this year. We're going to do it a little bit different than last year. We're going to travel with our water tanks empty. See if we can't get just a hair better gas mileage, and use these, the 3 gallons, while we're on the road. And then when we stop, or if we go boondocking or off-grid camping for any length of time, we'll go ahead and fill up the water tank in the back. The horse pellets that we got from Tractor Supply are for our compost toilet. They are a nice addition to the cocoa core. They make it even more absorbent and
Extend the life of the cocoa.
extend the life of the cocoa core, and they are also a good deodorizer. Not that there's odor to speak of from our compost toilet, but they're an additional deodorizer. So that's Mrs. C's side of the truck. Let's go around and take a look at Mr. C's side of the truck. There's Bruno, y'all. He's out here collecting electricity along with our solar panels, or collecting sunshine along with our solar panels. Oh, here's something else too. Mrs. C has discovered, sorry for the shadow. Here's something else, y'all. Mrs. C has discovered the art of drying used coffee grounds, and we burned them like incense to keep the mosquitoes away. We haven't tried it yet, but we're gonna. We're pretty excited. Anything that'll help with mosquitoes while we're in Alaska is going to be a benefit. All right, y'all, welcome to Mr. C's. Hey, wait a minute, where's she at? I saw her reflection. There she is. There's her reflection. Welcome to Mr. C's side of the rig. Driver's seat with booster seat, as Mrs. C likes to call it. She thinks she's funny. Same setup. I mean, we've got an inexpensive wood frame. It goes through the whole back of the truck. It's no big deal. We've got our cocoa pellies strapped in up here. These are our pack rafts, kayaks, whatever you want to call them. That is our recreation. Tools, backpacks, boots, triangles for the road if we have an accident, hiking shoes, flat repair kit. This is the cover for the plug. Whoops, it's upside down. This is the cover for our plug. It's a little bit excessive, but it works well for our DC to DC charger when we're unplugged from the truck, from the camper. These are our power tools: drill, Mrs. C blower, skill saws, kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. Behind that is a bag with electrical equipment in it, electrical tools in it. So not much has changed back here. It's a little more organized, a little less stuff. We pared it down a lot more even, so we're pretty happy with it. And 2 not expired cans of bear spray to take with us. So that's Mr. C's side of the rig. Now let's start working our way back. So leaving the inside of the rig, let's come around here and take a look at this. What's this, y'all? Oh, that's right. This is a junction box that I put on the truck. I had put 2 SAE connector plugs on here last year. One for the solar to go to the anchor, one for the solar panels to go to the house batteries. Well, we've taken all that stuff out, added a junction box. The large connector under the bottom that you can see here, well, if I get my hands in there without, this connector here goes to the DC to DC charger. There is a red and black connector here, I believe, might just be red. The red connector on the back side of it, that is our solar panel connector. And on the other side, which I'll go around the other side of the truck and show it, is the Starlink connector. Everything goes routed through here, goes through into the house, and is connected up inside. The Starlink, or the Starlink connector is not removable from here. These 2 we can unplug. The solar panels, which we don't, we wrap them and hang them over there. The DC to DC we leave plugged in unless we're off the camper, and that's what that big ghetto safety lockout was for. Because the hot pins are on this side, even though there's a disconnect down here, or 30 amp breaker, whatever you want to call it, it's right down here, which I can trip, but it's still, I prefer having something on there just in case. Mrs. C added these. We picked up these little hangers at Tractor Supply. They're really awesome. They're Velcro and they've got the eyelets in them. We picked up these hooks off of Amazon. we travel with the cables hanging here. The Starlink cable is in there somewhere, and it wraps up, and the solar panel cable also hangs here when we're driving. We didn't want to just tuck them down in there because the camper does rock a little bit and move a little bit, so we don't want them getting pinched in there between the camper and the truck. So we hang them here. They are out of sight, out of mind. When we stop, if we need them, we just unhook them and roll them out. We're good to go. Right, Mrs. C?
Yes.
There she is over there, y'all.
And the truck is not going to shift it very much because we do have a, what is the boards called?
Oh, it's a wood frame to keep the camper from shifting. It's
right. When we do load it, we have 1/4 of an inch on each side of wiggle room.
Wiggle room.
So that is it when we unload it and load it. That's all the extra room that we have.
Right. And we also took something else I wanted to point out. Hang on, I'm gonna go back around the other side. If you see the aluminum boxes down through here on the front of the Cirrus 820, I'm not sure what the engineer had in mind or what he was doing that day, but that's where they put the house batteries and the inverter. We've taken the inverter's still in there, but we have taken the house batteries out of there and moved them inside the camper, which I'll show you here in a few minutes where they're at and how we got them hooked up. But this I'm not exactly sure what their thought process was that day. Anyway, that's probably the only real complaint I have about this rig, to speak of. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Collecting sunshine. This is our paring down table. This is all going to the Christian Center / mailing back to Daniel / donate to random people. I was trying to keep it out of the video, but apparently I didn't do a very good job. So I'll just go ahead and tell y'all what it is. Anyway, there's Bruno. Hi, Bruno.
He's not wanting to walk.
That's fine. Anyway, collecting sunshine. Oh, and I did mention we have Starlink. That is our luxury item, as is called on Survivor. That's our luxury item. We honestly don't need it, but it's just one of those nice things that we wanted, so we have it. We've added the Canadian outline because we're going through Canada this year, going to take on some provinces. We swapped out the roto packs for the Wavians. We have 2, which is extreme overkill for a 5-gallon for our trip, but the one on top is coming off when we get done. We prefer to be safe, more safe than sorry, so we'll keep them filled, we'll use them. The one on top will come off. We'll leave this one on the side. Like I said, we took the roto packs off because one of them started leaking really bad and we didn't feel safe with them anymore.
The reason why they started leaking is because we went up in elevation very quickly and did not burp them. We were not aware you needed to burp them.
Right. And, in my opinion, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I guess
we didn't know enough about them at the time, and if you stay in one area, one elevation, it's not so bad. But when you go up, 5,000 feet in elevation? 5,000 to
8,000 feet on a regular basis, up and down.
Yeah, it messes with them.
Right. So anyway, it may have been our fault. It may have been a design defect. I don't know. Regardless, I didn't feel safe with them anymore, so we replaced them and put the Wavians on. So now we're done. You see our solar lights. We got these cheap solar lights at Harbor Freight. They work fantastic. They're attached with Velcro. YouTube channel in case anybody wants to join. Right there. There we go. There's a shameless plug. Anyway, let's go inside and take a look. See what we got in there. Calla'Ventures dining facility. Fine dining at its best. All right, come on, Bruno. Mrs. C is going to give us a tour of the inside.
And this is our screen. We get these off Amazon. It seems to work. The one that we had when we bought the camper, Jerry went through it, and we were going to replace it with another one just like it, but it did not. We just couldn't see doing that. And if Bruno accidentally tears this one up, the whole thing cost $15. So It's better than 200. We have our Berkey, which we've had a ProPure and a Berkey, and I really can't tell much difference between the two. They're both absolutely amazing. We did put the shelves in the cabinets here. Has worked great. We took out the rod that they had. We have some of our cables here and all these in the back. These shelves do come out. And then we have in the upper just some of our plates, dishes, things like that. Coffee and stuff. And then our pots and pans up on top. And our bed, which is a queen size bed. And then you have some storage here, which is Jerry's side, and then his clothes up here also. And then here you have more storage. We put baskets up on top, which I love the baskets. And it stores my Bible, Bruno's clothes, his toys, and then my junk cabinet. We have curtains that drop down, which help for light and stuff like that, and if Jerry or I need privacy from each other. And then we just have food, storage, not the neatest, but it's food, and cabinetry up there. And then our dirty laundry basket. We don't have a regular one. We have a pillowcase, and it has a lining in it, and that's where we put our dirty laundry, and Jerry uses it as a pillow. And I keep extra shoes there, and then Jerry has them on his side. And then Jerry will explain this switch right here when he comes in, because he'll take this up. We have more food over here, and then this right here is actually a window that goes out there. Nobody can fit through it. And then you have the bathroom. We have our composting toilet, and then our cocoa core mixed with the pellets, and then our spare urine container. It's the separator. And that's it on this. And we have our extra cameras up there.
All right, y'all. So Mrs. C is giving y'all a little bit of a rundown. I wanted to also point out we have replaced the Cirrus supply, or the New Camp supplied mattress, with a memory foam. It's a regular queen. It doesn't fit perfectly, as y'all can see. A little bit big, but it's okay. We made it about a year with the original mattress, and it started taking its toll on our backs and shoulders and so forth, and so we decided to go ahead and replace it. We picked this one up at Walmart, 200 and something bucks, no big deal. Works fantastic, fits great, and we're very happy with it. We've added a couple. I'm going to have to put a picture in here because I can't roll the mattress up, but I'll see if I can't find a picture. At the head, if you look, the pillow here and the pillow here, directly under the mattress, are two computer fans that we use to circulate the air underneath the mattress. We keep it open here so that the air will circulate, and in the cold weather it will push the heat towards the center of the mattress. In the warmer weather, it'll push the cooler air. It'll keep the air moving underneath the mattress to keep it from getting stagnant or stale or whatever you want to call it. But I just wanted to point out that we had replaced that mattress. Mrs. C wanted me to mention that because of the Froley system that is underneath the mattress, the circulation fans work super well. We keep them running 24/7. They're super, you can't hear them at all, and they draw so minimal amount of electricity that they don't even affect our batteries. So yeah, they're a super addition. Easy, cheap on Amazon. They've got a 12-volt plug that we put in up here at the head of the bed. Works wonderful. I've got my CPAP I got a 12-volt adapter for it as well, so we run it. We run nothing off of the inverter in here. Very rarely. Mrs. C's got a hot brush that she uses that she runs off the inverter every once in a blue moon. So, but for the most part, we run everything off of DC. We make a point of picking up DC appliances and supplies. We got our fans. Each of us has a fan hanging, which are rechargeable. As I mentioned outside, we have added a DC to DC charger to our power supply system. It is a 20 amp. It's more than sufficient for what we do, what we need. I picked up the Renogy. It was inexpensive. I'm not out to spend a fortune. The input side has a 30 amp breaker as well as a 30 amp fuse, which I know may be overkill, but it's all good. Output, we got our 30 amp breaker going to our bus bars to the batteries. We added this so that, because in Alaska, I think there's going to be a lot of rain, a lot of rainy days, a lot of cloudy days. We do, and I hate to admit this, but we do have a generator in case we have to use it. We prefer not to. If this works well for us on our Alaska journey, we will probably get rid of the generator, leave it at our son's house whenever we hit the road again in October, November this year. But for now, we're going to hang on to it just in case we have to have it. But we're hoping this DC to DC charger, along with the extra solar, is going to help us to stay charged. Something else that Mrs. C pointed out, I don't have it labeled yet. I have put a changeover switch in the battery system. We choose to keep the anchor independent, separate from the house batteries, because if we ever want to take it out, or if we ever change rigs, it's going to go with us. So I've added a changeover switch that allows me to, right now it's in the anchor position. So the 3 solar panels that are outside are strictly charging the anchor. Now if I switch it to the left, center position is off, so it's not charging anything right now. The solar panels are disconnected. If I switch it to the left, then we're on the house batteries. So in addition to the 200 watt solar panel on the roof, we are now adding in the 300 watts of solar on the ground. They are mismatched panels, so there will not be 500 watts of solar coming in. I know that. We get between 300 and 400 with it switched over like this, and that's fantastic. That works great, charges our house batteries up rather quickly. But for the most part, because we are in the desert and it is a super sunny time of the year, we leave it on the anchor, or to the off position, and then we switch it to the anchor. It will be labeled, Mrs. C has already told me. And now we're charging the anchor again. Don't ask why there's duct tape on there. That's the sorriest door I've ever seen in my life. I guess that's my second complaint about this camper. If you fart too loud, then the door falls open. So anyway, so now, like I said, we are charging the anchor off the outside batteries. Oop, there we go. This is our supplemental power supply. It is our Anchor 757. It's another 100 amp hour battery. So basically we have 300 amp hours in here, all lithium. We have no problems maintaining everything we run. This is strictly for our Starlink and recharging our phones and computers and tablets and everything that we have. So yeah, we like this thing very much. And as I said, I moved the batteries inside. Forgive the ghetto orange straps, but I like orange. So anyway, 200 amp hour Battleborn batteries. They are not heated, which is not a problem in this rig. We don't have heat issues because we do run the Aldi. If it's cold, we run the Aldi continuously. It sips propane, so it's not a big deal. But I put these in here because out there was ridiculous. There's my shunt, the monitor. That's our cell booster, WeBoost, which we use most of the time. It works very well. We just wanted the Starlink mostly because of this Alaska trip. But I think that pretty much is going to wrap up all the new stuff that we've done, all the changes that we've made. We have replaced the screen door. We do have a spare in tow just in case we go through this one again. I think this is the third door that we've had. The first one was the factory supplied door, which, yeah, whatever. And then we put one of these up, and Bruno decided he wanted to go through it one day. And so, yeah, there was that. So we put up another one. They work great. They're cheap, $14 on Amazon. You can't beat it. I think Mrs. C just about covered everything else. So I'm going to take a quick spin around here. You like her decorating? It's fantastic, isn't it? She likes the sunflowers. Keeps it very homey. We like it very much. Sorry for the stuff on the bed there. Not sorry, that's just the way we live. We have these lights. They're bug lights. We added them. Compost toilet. I'm sure she pointed that out to you. We like it. Sunmar GTG. Highly recommend. Other than that, I think that's about it, isn't it, Mrs. C?
That is it.
Well, there's my cushion. She's out here cleaning the dog hair off of it.
And these are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I had 2 gray ones, but it came in a set of a blue and a gray. This is waterproof, a mini baby bed mattress.
Yeah, it's a pack and play mattress, wasn't it?
Yep.
A pack and play mattress cover.
Pack and play or mini bed, baby bed.
Right. And they fit perfect, and
Yes.
they work wonderful. Keep the seat cushions clean, and
they're waterproof.
Good choice, Mrs. C. You did well with that. So anyway, here's our view once again. We will see y'all probably from the road next time if we don't do another short video before then. Probably the bonfire video. I don't know. Anyway, Mrs. C, you got anything to say to your fans?
I do not.
She does not. So we're
Bruno is on his little bed.
Bruno is over here catching some siesta time. And from Bart and Arnie in the desert, Mrs. C and I, we will see y'all down the road. Thanks for being here. See y'all next video. Bye, y'all. This is our bamboo table. We love this thing, y'all. We got this day one of van life. Didn't we, Mrs. C?
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It does look pretty rough. It's been recoated and sanded and re-screwed. But I'll tell you what, I highly recommend one of these bad boys. They fold up to nothing. Yeah. And this here is our signal fire. Our final night of Imperial Dam, we will light the signal fire. It will be our own Burning Man ceremony as we get ready to leave the desert, y'all. So something else I wanted to add to the video this morning or today or whatever it is. Mrs. C has started a blog, y'all. So you should all tune in, sign up, whatever you want to call it, to her blog to get a few little extra snippets of our journeys and travels and Bruno's adventures. So, Mrs. C, what is your blog post, sign in, whatever you want to call it?
It's Mrs. Calla'Venture. It's MRSCALLAVENture.blogspot.com.
There you go, everybody.
It's long.
Mrs. Calla'Venture.
Yes.
All right. At blogspot.com.
Yes.
Or .blogspot.com or blogspot. Anyway, you guys get on there. I will try to post if I can remember. I will remember. I'll put the whatever the heck
Link.
it's the link. There we go. Thank you, Mrs. C.
I only have like 15 of them on there.
That's
so.
okay. They're fun. She's learning. She's getting better every week, and you guys sign up for them. We'll see y'all later. Bye, Mrs. C.
Bye.
This is actually the end of the video, y'all. I know the other clip I said was we said goodbye, but this is actually the goodbye clip. So we'll see y'all next time. Bye, Mrs. C.
Bye.